Here's how and why you're trading Forex wrong and the things you need to change in order to actually see profitable results. Firstly, before we begin, if you guys get value from this video, I'd please appreciate you liking and subscribing. Help grow the channel. We're just starting out, so any new subscribers or likes or comments, comment what your thoughts on the video. I'll answer your questions. It will just help the channel out. So yeah, let's get into the video. I see lots of traders or investors, friends, people who I know getting into this industry that are getting it completely and utterly wrong. So I want to help those that are on their journey or those that have literally just got into trading to help them not make those mistakes. Firstly, you don't actually have a strategy. You don't have a proven strategy with a proven edge. It's important when getting into the markets that you have a proven strategy. You back tested the strategy so you know your strike rate, how often you win, you know your average risk reward, you know all these statistics and data that give you the confidence to execute the trades. Because if you're not trading appropriately or trading at the correct times or trading the correct strategy, then you're never going to be profitable, because you're constantly going to be up, down, but you're slowly going to be draining your money like going to a casino. So it's so important that you have a strategy that you're confident with, you're aware of this data and statistics, and that you can be confident moving forward that it's sustainable, so you're going to consistently make money in the long term. You know, you might have losing months or losing weeks, but overall you know the data's on your side, and then you can manage that. The next reason you're getting trading wrong is you have a strategy, but you're not trading it properly. You're taking poor trades, or you're taking trades that aren't part of your strategy, aren't part of your plan. This is a thing I see very commonly happen, because just because people have a strategy doesn't mean you're automatically going to be profitable. It's how you execute that strategy which dictates if you're profitable. So it's avoiding trades that are low probability. It's taking trades that are high probability. It's being patient and waiting for your entry to get to a certain price and waiting for confirmation. There's lots of things that come into it. When I first started, I literally just thought, give me a strategy. There's this massive secret. Give me a strategy and I'll start making money. I couldn't be further from the truth, honestly. You're not going to start making profit if you just have a strategy, because you have to execute that strategy. You can be your best friend, but you can be your worst enemy. And that's what I found. At times I would take poor trades. I'd be missing out on trades because I had a few losses and I was worried to take the next trade. So you need to get a good strategy, and then you need to work on yourself and on refining the strategy so that you can be profitable. You don't, just because you have a strategy doesn't mean you're going to instantly start making money. You have to execute those trades, you have to avoid trades, you have to use your discretion as well as following the rules. So it's a very, very difficult process, and that takes time. But I see a lot of people get this wrong. Not only do they not have a strategy, sometimes when they get a strategy they end up losing anyway because they can't manage themselves. Another reason why people are trading Forex wrong is they're getting so emotional on the outcome of the trade. So if it wins this week or this trade today, they get so emotional. When it wins, they're euphoric. When it loses, they take it personally and they're depressed and they feel rubbish. So this is a very common occurrence, because you feel like you lost that money today, or you won today. No one else is doing it for you. You're the one doing it. But the problem with that is you can't control probabilities. You can't control the outcome. You can only control the process. So you can only control executing the trade. If it's a perfect trade and fits your plan perfectly, it might still lose. You can't control the outcome. So I see people get euphoric when they win and they feel like they have a few losses. They feel like they've mastered it. They see money coming in, or what they would have made if it was a bigger 6-figure, 7-figure account. The issue with that is when they lose, they take it so personally and they end up feeling depressed, they get confused, and those emotions are what causes the self-sabotage. That's what causes you to make poor choices and keep blowing the account even more. If you remained, as best as you can, we're human, but if you remained emotionally neutral, then you let you control the process, you can't control the outcome, and you keep executing the trades that you know you should be taking, and let the outcome control itself. And by doing that, you're not going to be affected emotionally. Not only is it not going to affect you outside of trading, but when you're trading each session, you're not going to be emotionally affected by the day before or the week before. You just focus on the trades you need to take, the trades that you know are high probability, and you have to wait for the outcome, and the outcome usually will take care of itself if you have a good strategy. Most people that get into trading, they master the technicals, or they learn the technicals, they get good at technical analysis, they get good at fundamental analysis, they get good at mentally, being strong mentally and psychologically being able to handle situations, and they get even with experience. But a big issue I see is people don't work on themselves outside of trading. So they're not going to the gym, they're not eating clean, they're not doing these small but important processes that are going to dictate your trading results. Now, that might not be a rule for everybody. I'm sure there's people that don't do that are doing well for themselves through trading. But as a principle, if you're disciplined outside of trading and you become a disciplined person, naturally, when you are trading, it's going to be easier to stay disciplined. For example, if you're going to the gym when you don't want to go, or you're eating the clean food that you know you should be eating to maintain your physique, that's being disciplined. So when you see a trade that is a good trade that you take and it loses, right, I stayed disciplined, I stuck to my plan. Or even if you miss out on a trade because it didn't provide a good entry, but it still hit the target you were aiming for, you stayed disciplined. You didn't jump in too early, you didn't do anything, you didn't execute the trade too soon or too late. You stayed disciplined to your plan. So I think personally it's so important to stay disciplined outside of trading if you want consistent results. Lastly, don't expect results quick at all. I mean, everyone jumps into this industry and they expect, because it's so accessible and so easy to set up, you can make a broker account, you can start trading live with a small account or even a demo account within minutes, within like half an hour you can get an account sorted. So because of that, and because it's so accessible, everyone thinks I'm going to start making profit instantly, I'm going to be that anomaly that starts doing really well from it. It's like any industry, whether you go to uni or whether you're starting at the bottom in a company, it takes years and years and years to master your skill. Like years ago, before the internet, people that were trading, that were in the city, they were getting degrees and they were working their way up. They didn't just start making big money. So what's to say just because you can access it and you can technically trade what everyone else is trading, that means you're necessarily going to start making profit instantly? Give yourself 3 years, treat it like a business or a degree or anything like that, and don't expect results too quick. If you do, well done, but that's not going to happen. Most of the time, you're going in order to get consistent results, it's going to take you years and years and years. You might have good months, good weeks, but for the most part, don't have too high expectations on how quickly you want to start making profit. Just learn, be a sponge, take everything in, discard things that aren't useful, add things to your plan, and just take your time. There's no rush, but because once you've got that skill, that's when you can start doing really well for yourself. So don't people expect it way too quick. Just take your time, and the results will come. So if you guys like this video, please help the channel out, subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video.